What up, YouTube? It's Caliber 72. This is part two to my hip hop discussion. I wasn't gonna do a hip hop discussion, but I kind of had to because I got my wife over here. And what was the first rap song you ever heard in your life?
Ever
Ever
in life?
in life?
The first one?
The first.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Too short.
Too short.
Yes.
Which joint? I got my wife by 6.5 years. I'm 37. She's 30. She'll be 31 in August.
Let me see. Cocktails.
No, it couldn't have been Cocktails. The Cocktails didn't come along till the 90s, mid 90s.
Cocktails.
No, it couldn't have been.
I grew up with man.
You said you said you used to ride with Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
This is in the 80s.
Too short.
But it wasn't Cocktails though.
What was it?
Because Cocktails came out to get in where you fit in. Had to be what, cuss words? Freaky Tales?
See, that's the thing.
I'm thinking you might be thinking about Freaky Tales with the tails and all that. Anyway.
It was that, and I mean, that's mainly.
Born the Mac and all that, because you know the words to them joints.
Riding with Jimmy, that's all he really listened to.
Right. Rest in peace to Jimmy. I mean, I miss Jimmy.
Life.
Big up to Jimmy. Rest in peace, Jimmy. Jimmy, boy. Yeah, Jimmy was cool. That's a whole nother subject. Because I knew Jimmy before I even met her. Jimmy was dude in the hood. Everybody knew he was one of them OG gangster type dudes. You know, everybody got that OG gangster type dude in the hood that everybody in the hood know. And it's like, if you don't know this dude, you ain't down. That was Jimmy. Rest in peace to Jimmy. Anyway, her earliest remembrance is Too Short. Now, like I said in the other video, I saw Too Short at 14 years old in my first concert. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that was because when I saw him in 1986, that was the Life is Too Short album.
Let me go back because it was before Too Short too. Too Short is the first rapper whose rhymes I memorized.
Okay. Because Jimmy plays in the car all the time.
I'd say, shoot, can't really say first rapper. Remember the box?
Video Jukebox.
No, they didn't call it Video Jukebox.
It was Video Jukebox and they shortened it to the box.
It was called
But when it first came out, it was Video Jukebox.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
For you youngins, Video Jukebox was a TV station. When I first saw it, it was on cable. You had to have cable to get Video Jukebox. But then when I moved to Akron, it was free. It was on whatever channel that was, which tripped me out. I'm from Miami, but I moved to Akron in 1992. Anyway, Video Jukebox was a channel that they had videos. Didn't matter if it was rock and roll, country, rap, whatever. They had a whole bunch of videos, whatever, and they had numbers on them. And you call in with a 1-900 number, and you request these videos. You pay like $3.50 for each video. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't paying for no videos. I ain't gonna front. I paid for like 1 or 2. We just never, whatever, and got away with it. But but most of the videos that was being played was hip hop videos, and it was a guaranteed way to show what's hot, because the only thing that was gonna get played is what the people wanted to see, because the people control what was played, So that being said, Too Short is her earliest remembrance.
No, not remembrance.
That's the first one you memorized.
I memorized.
Right, but what was the first one you heard?
Shoot, what? Run DMC?
Okay, that was
LL?
LL's 86, so that's around the same time as Too Short.
So that's when I really started listening to hip hop.
Now me, the first rap song I heard was Rapper's Delight. The first rhyme I memorized was Master G's verse, MASTERG with the double E. That was the first rhyme I memorized. I used to love that verse. But it's like everybody got their first song, and with hip hop, I don't care who you are. Everybody got that first song. You know what I'm saying? That they remember, or they have that favorite. You know what I'm saying? In some way, you got that great memory of what was hip hop to you. And nowadays, for a lot of these kids, you know what I'm saying? Some kids, somebody 20 years from now, it's gonna be some kid that's like he's like 14 now, so he's gonna be like 34 years old, and he's gonna remember that Soldier Boy, that was the first hip hop song he heard. It's gonna be some dude talking to his kids or talking to his homeboys, whatever. Be like, man, what's the first rap song you heard? He gonna be like, Superman, that whole yo. That sounds funny to us. That sounds funny to us, but it's somebody that's gonna have that memory. It's somebody that's gonna say the Stanky Leg is the first song they ever heard. You know what I'm saying? But when you put it in perspective, that Stanky Leg and that Soldier Boy is not too much different from not Dance to Drummer's Beat, but Rapper's Delight. Rapper's Delight, when you listen to it today, everybody knows the words, so you get that nostalgia in you. But when you listen to the words, that song is dumb as hell. There's very few verses in that song that make sense.
Get up here later.
You know, you got ever went over your friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good. The macaroni soggy, cheese, peas all mushed, and the chicken tastes like wood. Everybody knows that line. Then you got so after school I take a dip in the pool, which is really off the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Here you talk about checkbooks, credit cards, more money than a sucker could ever spend. This and that, whatever. It's very few lines and very few parts in that song that actually make sense. The rest of it is hip hop, hippie to the hip hop, you don't stop and blah blah blah, whatever. You know? But the song is stupid when you listen to it. But at the time, it was great. You know? There's nobody that can't say they didn't love that song, with the exception of Grandmaster Cash and the Cold Crush Brothers, and that's understandable. If you know your history, you know the whole thing about Grandmaster Cash and Big Bang Hank and Sugar Hill Gang and the whole formation of the Sugar Hill Gang and Rapper's Delight and everything like that. That's a whole nother thing. But hip hop then is not too much different now. The only thing different now is that you got the internet, you got the radio, and like I said, nowadays these kids, they gotta have stuff catered to them and stuff like that, whatever. They gotta have their clothes made for them already in the store so they can buy it. They don't know how to hook up hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to make stuff hip hop on their own. They can't do it. They never had to. Stuff is too easy now. You know, even with the internet, whatever, so on and so forth, they don't have to go out there and search for music really because it's all right here at their fingertips with the keyboard. You know? So it's like I went to the zoo yesterday. Well, we all went to the zoo on a field trip for my son. He's 4 years old. Went to the field trip to the Washington D.C. National Zoo, and we on the bus, and I got the iPod headphones, whatever, and I got one in my ear, and I got the other in my ear. Now, mind you, now I got some stuff in my PSP. You know, so he can't listen to everything. So what we listened to, we was listening to Run DMC, My Adidas. We was listening to Heavy D. We was listening to Dana Dane, This Be the Death Beat. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I know ain't no cuss words in it, and it's safe for him to listen to, and he can rock to. You know what I'm saying? But while I'm pressing the thing, whatever, it'll come up Scarface. I had to click it again. Did it come up Red Meth, the new Blackout 2 joint? I click it because he can't listen to that. Then it come up Everlast, he cussing in something. I had to click that. Cypress Hill, got to click that. You know, and I got to click all these songs, whatever. But I have songs in there also that he can listen to. But the thing that tripped me out was that all the songs that he could listen to was older joints. I don't have no new songs that he can listen to. Because everything, if I get the raw track, not the radio version, it's got cussing in it. And nowadays the radio version is cussing. It's just that the radio, they bleep the songs out. You know what I'm saying? And so it's there was more detail to how you wrote rhymes, because back in the day they used to have a radio version and an album version, two separate tracks that they recorded. They wrote a clean version. Nowadays the average rapper cannot write a clean version because they can't even have a conversation without cussing, let alone write a song. You know what I'm saying? And I got a filthy mouth, but at the same time I can write a clean verse if I want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to say fuck, shit, bitch, asshole. But the average rapper today, honestly, they can. Lil Wayne, I would give Lil Wayne one credit that a lot of people didn't pay attention to. His first album had no cuss words in it whatsoever, and he did that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I have to give him credit for that because it is very, very, very hard to write a rhyme and not cussing in it nowadays. Back then, it wasn't hard to not write a curse word on your raps, whatever, so on and so forth, because everybody didn't curse, number one, and nobody cussed on the radio. So it was pretty much, it was already, that's how it was. So you was forced to do that. Part 2. There might be a part 3. Deuces.